So today we're going to be working on a bloom painting and with some colors that I've been wanting to kind of use up. So here we go, and hopefully it'll turn out. So I'm just going to get a little bit closer here. Sorry about the glare from this lamp. All right, so we're going to start off with a Prussian blue as our first puddle here, and this is a 14 by 14 inch canvas, and we're going to put some Prussian blue in there. Then we're also going to use this little piggy pigment, which is Zeus, one of my favorite ones of all time. I love using this color. So we're going to layer it like that. The next paint we're going to use is another favorite of mine, Cappuccino. It's like a dark brown with a lot of iridescence in it. That's followed by one more piggy, which is called Latte. Again, another one of my favorites. And we're just gonna drizzle that because we want it to give it kind of a shimmery, iridescent look. And then finally, we are going to use an olive green color at the top here, and we're going to put in our cell activator, which is Payne's Gray, in the middle, and then we're going to blow it out. All right, so get ready for the blowout. We are using a Wazer blow dryer, and we're going to put it on high and cool setting. Here we go. I'm going to blow a little bit in the center to see if I can break some of the surface tension and get a few more cells here in the middle. Looks like we have a few starting. I'm going to tilt this a little bit. Just want to see if we can spread out some of these cells and stretch them out before we spin. Got some really great lacing right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Really pretty. And the paint's moving really well, which means we should be able to manipulate it. We're getting a few peacock cells. These are those cells right here in the middle that have several different colors. I'm going to get you a little bit closer, see if you can see this a little bit better. We're getting some great little peacock cells right there. Again, we're going to stretch a little bit, and then we're going to spin. Some really pretty things going on here and right there. All right, we are going to spin now. Give it a good one. See what happens. Oh, wow. So we've got some beautiful cells forming right here. You can see them. I'm gonna wipe my hands a minute so I don't get any white. You can see that I got a little bit of white right here. That's a no-no. We're gonna stretch some of this out and see what we can get. So we're gonna tilt and see if we can't move some of this paint. Get rid of this white area here on the edge right here. You can see that. Looks like we're getting it. Getting some really pretty cells in the middle there. I don't like this big white blob there. So let's see if we can get rid of that. It looks like the paint is moving, and it's also stretching this area out, which is really pretty. I'm really happy with this painting so far. Oh yeah, you can see the white moving, and we'll probably do one more spin. There we go, we got rid of that. I like this a lot. The only thing is I'd like to see if we can move some of these cells up, because I don't want to lose that when I spin. And I'd also like to get rid of this little white area here if possible. So let's do some stretching up. I don't know if you can see that. That olive green looks really pretty. It's making those beautiful, I'm going to call them geode cells, because it has like different layers. They're really called peacock cells though. We're going to cover this little corner here. Make sure our paint covers it. A little bummed about this white area, this white spot right there. I'm going to see if maybe I can get rid of it. But I'm loving these middle cells. Oh, that's really pretty. Position it in the middle again. Okay, wipe my hands again because I don't want to get any white stray areas there. This is a very messy art form, but it's so fun because you just never know what you're going to get. You can control the process and the colors to a certain degree, but honestly, it kind of takes on a mind of its own, and that is part of the fun of doing this type of art. I'm going to see if I can stretch it out a little bit more. I'm going to pull the camera away just a little bit so that we can have a little bit more of a bird's eye view. Getting some beautiful cells right here. Really pretty. Oh my gosh. Really pretty kind of watercolor effects. But again, I'm really happy with this one. I don't want to do too much more. Want to get rid of these little corners if possible. So I'm just going to do a little bit more stretching. Plus I'd like to just kind of, if you can see it or not. Let's see if we can get rid of a little bit of that. The paint's kind of starting to not move very much, which means we probably have used most of the paint, gotten it mostly off. I'm going to do one more baby spin and see what happens. Okay, I'm really loving this. I want to preserve the integrity of this middle. I'm going to switch gloves too. As I was saying, I want to preserve the integrity of these cells, which are kind of rounded. I don't like when they get that distorted look. So that happens when you spin too much. So I'm actually pretty happy with this painting. Let me see if we've gotten enough paint off of it. And this is a trick that my dear friend Karen of Waterfall Acrylics has taught me, and that's to see the depth of your paint in the middle. And I think we've gotten most of it off. I may try to do just one more baby spin. See if there's anything else that we can move from here. It's still coming off. There's still quite a bit of paint. If you can see it. Okay. Let me do one more baby spin, and then I think I'm going to leave it alone. Yeah, there's still paint coming off of it, so that's okay. But again, I really want to preserve the more rounded cells in here. I think the composition looks pretty good. Your eye has a focus, something to look at in the middle, and I'm going to use a little chopstick to point to it because I don't want to get white on my painting. But right here, this area is really cool. Love this kind of waterfall effect. I wish I didn't have these little corners here, but you know, that's okay. I don't want to take the chance of messing this up in the middle because I think it's so pretty. So hopefully we got all the paint off that we could, and then we'll go from there, and I'll show you the dried results later. And thank you so much for joining me today.